apart from this free session, we do have our paid training program, a morning batch as well as evening batch. But in this session, we or every weekend this free internship program, it is like a free discussion forum, because here we are lucky to have Mr. Devashish as our uh, DevOps trainer, and we are also have a consultancy based in US, and one of our small staffing in Germany. So even if you are in actively participating in job market, have started applying for different job, or if you are facing any question or queries regarding job hunt, feel free to ask any question until we start our coursework.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Ashish.
Actually, how the market scenario right now means there is opportunity for freshers are there or not. Means I have create my resume and started applying, but the it not shortlisted. Means
You are
less,
based in
less,
which country?
less vacancies are there or
No, first of all, you are based in which country?
India.
India. Okay, because see, all like US, Europe, and Indian job market is different. Recruiter and interviewer point of view and their aspects are different. Even the market and market size is different. Indian market is literally is going. It was seeing a very boom in from 2021 to 23rd end, but it is going to, we'll see some downtrend for next couple of months or maybe a year. The reason behind US job market was especially in IT. We have seen a very big layoff, even in Microsoft, Google, Tesla. This big brand, they are shredded their workforce from 2022 July. So it is a kind of a very bad situation. It's been for last couple of years. Now the good part is US job market is climbing back. Is previous stage, but there is another 4 or 5 months it will take to fully climb back its previous stage. But Indian job market, it now is still 2030 23rd end, it was growing, but now I think you have seen some of very disturbing news from some big MNC CEO. I think Cognizant have laid their 5,000 people, and some of big MNC CEO, they are based in India. They are put some notice that they are reducing their bench uh, strength. So what my belief is, Indian big MNC's job market or job opportunity will be, you will see some downtrend for next couple of months. Then it will again will be normal. Now
Okay, means
another thing,
how month
yeah,
it
this is very this is like a simple prediction, depends upon the economic overview and various companies, their news they are publishing on based on that we can predict.
actually I
So
have did B mechanical in 2021. And in 2022, I have completed post-graduation diploma in advanced computing, CDAC. Uh, then also I am facing problem to get a developer job. Then get job in desktop support engineer. now I'm working as technical support engineer,
Now
and I'm
see,
trying to switch
in
my career.
India, I can
Yes.
understand. In India, there is a very big population in IT industry. They are working in testing field, right? This particular field will be face little bit hard time in next upcoming days, because there are some automated tools, and once the AI came, it will change this environment of this particular segment. But fortunately, some new domain will evolve. Now you have joined DevOps. Now DevOps is a thing. It is not yet. It is full phases. So we can see some next 4 or 5 years it will grow. Business analyst, business data science will grow drastically. Cybersecurity will grow drastically. Few of the segment like development job, testing job, this amount of job opening will be reduced. Now, holistically, the whole job market in India will reduce, but few of the domain, those just evolve like last couple of or maybe 1 year. Once the chat GPT or OpenAI came in the picture, so new AI related domain will evolve. But it is nothing wrong with your background. There are so many students, they just change their stream. And you have mentioned that you are in uh, computer. What is your present role? You are working system engineer, right?
Techni- Technical support engineer. Yes.
Support engineer. So there is another position you should get ready yourself, because that is a mm, somehow interrelated. That is called SRE position, site reliable engineer. Uh, that is not directly a system engineer or support engineer, but yes, that is a very advanced form of DevOps and support engineer position. And it was just started, and it will grow maybe next 8, 9, 10 years.
Okay. Can you repeat that? Which one?
SR, SRE. Maybe you will find very less amount of job right now in the job market. Site reliability engineer, site reliable engineer, but it will grow. The things is, when some company introduce the DevOps or automation pipeline on their field, and they have a their uh, product or their app is on production cycle. Now they don't need a day-to-day DevOps pipeline to pushing or pulling that code, but they need someone who will manage the predefined or pre uh, orchestrated pipeline, and making sure their application is always up and running. So the more and more company will adopt DevOps and moving towards clouds, this position will grow eventually, SRE.
Okay.
But those people are still in the testing domain, or they should be little bit cautious, because like before cloud came in the picture, and 8, 9 years back, there is a position called Linux admin, right? Now that position
Yes.
is no more available, because it is not like shredding the job force. It is every time that is a beauty of IT industry. It evolves with into a different and more advanced and more agile uh, ecosystem. So we as a IT practitioners, we also need to uh, make ourselves ready and keep ourselves updated as per industry needs, right? I think I am giving you some boring topics, and people are losing their interest. So that's the reason they are dropping. So Ashish, I think I have given you some hints and some heads up as per your question. Do you have any other question?
Yes. No, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Hello.
Sanket.
Yes, sir. We know that layoff is going on, and is it affecting to the freshers, or means layoff is going to the means layoff is very it's affecting to the experienced people. So is
It
it
will affect.
experience
It will affect everyone.
everyone?
Yeah. See, when the
Okay.
economy goes to
Okay.
downtrend, it will affect everyone. Now, yes, the how. But your question is very much valid. The experienced people will face more drastic effect. Fresher, they will have a better opportunity because now when the company was trying to shed their working force in terms of save some money because they have a lower budget, right? Now, like during 2021, 2022 boom, people get hired with enormous amount, like 20 lakhs, 50 lakhs, because there is a race went between companies. Now, when trying companies trying to shed their budget on operating cost, they are these people will be the first one who will be ask them to uh, leave or go for furlough. And this but company need to needs people to run, right? And then they will train to hire more freshers. It will be more benefited for those people who have like a 1 or 2 years of experience, because
Yes.
company they don't need to invest more time and effort to teach them.
Yes. Yes.
They are more or less ready, but their expected CTC is not sky high.
Yes.
But freshers it will be a little bit tougher, because if there is a budget constraint, then company will be little bit reluctant to hire people, put in on the bench, and train them, because they are running in a very uh, uh, sharp knife edge of budget, right? But it will be much more benefited with like 1, 2, or 3 years experienced people.
Okay. And okay.
So first thing, if you are a fresher, your main target will be join any company regardless of your CTC. Your main agenda is to get the experience certificates,
Yes,
because
sir. Uh,
once you are in the main flow of IT industry, you will get your CTC maybe after 2 or 3 years. But nowadays, this is very bad for US job industry. No company wants to hire a freshers.
yes. Yes. Sir, I want to share one thing that last month I was hired by one of the service-based company. But last month I got means layoff. I became the part of the layoff. I have only I'm a fresher, sir. They prioritize the means experienced people. So now I'm a fresher. Join as a means upcoming company. I will join as a fresher, but I need
How
guidance about
how many years you have, or how many months you have worked?
worked for 1 month only, and they have supposed to get one project, but they didn't get
So
that project.
is it a
So
big MNC or small MNC?
no, no, it's a startup.
See, that is the risk when you are going to join startups. Even we are also startup, but we have a very uh, solid hiring and firing policy. But normally we don't believe on that hiring and firing policy. But 95% startup, they are have a budget constraint, so they hire people on their project basis. And
Yes,
when the project is there is any uh, the biggest reason, see, Indian main workforce, they 50% they have projects on based on India, and the rest 50% they are providing services in other country, right? I think 2022 $230 billion economies came, or remittance came from IT industry as a service from European Union and US. Now European EU and US job market is in down. So this amount of service budget is either in hold or it is pushed back, right? Now this is a bad thing.
Yes.
95% in the startup culture, because they normally they hire on based of upcoming project. Now if
Yes.
upcoming
Yes.
project is there is any pushback or hold, they normally do this fire. But that is your bad luck that you have joined a very uh, I don't know, a company who have this kind of policies. I should not criticize any company.
Yes, yes,
Mm,
it's very good company, but it's unlucky to have they don't get the project. But company, but they given nice training about before that coming to the projects or
See,
means
in every MNCs, if it is a full-time position, no company should fire within 1 month,
yes,
because provision, and that is the thing they put, that thing is as a provision period that they can fire anytime. But
yes, yes,
that is actually not ethical, right? You are not judging
yes,
people
it's
as per
not.
their merit. But don't
Then
worry. Yeah. So what was your uh, domain? Like which domain you have joined?
the I have joined Python developer as a Django developer. Python developer
This
as a joined as a Python intern.
this Python, Java, Golang, this kind of development areas, they will face this kind of issues more and more, until
Yes,
unless they are uh, getting accustomed or get some specialized skill set. Because
yes,
I think you have unheard that Google in US laid off their whole Python.
Python
Uh,
team. Yes,
yes, because AI make the things little easier, but it doesn't mean that Python doesn't have any value. Yes, if you are
yes.
working in say in AI field, working in deep learning and machine learning, then yes, you have a very high value in market. Okay, I think we can discuss this thing at the end of the session as well.
End of the session.
So
Okay, sir.
yeah, because people those are solely joined for DevOps classes. Uh, we are already
Yes, they
20
are
minutes
dropping.
late.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, sir. Start.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Devashish, for this
Okay,
20 minutes
it's
time.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's a webinar. We will discuss, but
Mm,
this generally shows the market trend, isn't it? So see, people
yes.
have come to on a webinar on a Saturday morning or evening, and they found something which is irrelevant to them, but it is actually very relevant. They should have participated in this discussion. Anyway, this is the overall market
Uh,
position. You know,
yeah,
this
and
is
I am very much agree with you. The if it is a good market, bad market. Everyone, if you are trying to find some job, you should be very much have lots and lots of patience. Now, 20 minutes somebody asks some question, and that is relevant question as per the job market. And some people, if they find okay, this is boring, I wish them a very good luck. But more or less, patience is very good virtue, and everyone should have. Nevertheless, yeah, Mr.
so it's
Devashish.
fine. It's fine. We will we will continue. So what I will do, I will start the recording. Uh, recording started the recording. What I will do is also make my camera on. Okay, so I'm back. I will try to cover up from. We will continue from where we have stopped the other day. Okay, as well as I would like to share the screen. Mm, yes. Just 1 minute. I will stop the sharing. I will share again in a different mode. Now, two things. Am I audible?
Yes,
And
yes, yes, sir.
is the screen visible?
Yes, yes.
Great. So I'm not sure whether you were part of the other day, but then we have already given all the recordings as well. So you could have, I think that you have already gone through those recordings, and therefore we were discussing about Terraform over a GitLab CI/CD pipeline. Okay. Now, in doing so, I have discussed about what is GitLab and what is Terraform. Terraform being a provisioning tool, we have taken up a use case where I will create two resources. Sorry. I have logged into my AWS Cloud, and in that AWS Cloud in the Mumbai region, I have logged in as a DevOps Internship user. I am user. I'm using a Kalkey training as an account. Now, can you see that there are no instances right now created? I could have easily launched an instance either through manually doing it through over the launch instances wizard, or we can have done with a cloud formation template automation, sort of automation. But I'm not doing any one of this. Let's say I have no access to the AWS console. What I will do, I will use Terraform over a GitLab CI/CD pipeline, and we will deploy few resources or create few resources using Terraform jobs. And the jobs will be executed one after the other in a pipeline. Are you getting me? If you do not understand, if you have some doubts, please speak out. Otherwise, you can keep yourself mute. But the moment you think that you wanted to discuss something or you have a doubt, you please unmute yourself and we will discuss. No issues. Take it as a very, informative session where we will exchange our ideas. Okay. So in that case, what I will do two things. One is I will create a resource. I will create three things. First of all, I will create a security group. Initially, security groups are nothing but your firewall. When you build something, when you build a house, what you do such that no trespassers can come in and go through the building and reach your house. You are unwanted. They are trespassers. So you should build a firewall, or you are keeping a security guard with that building, so that nobody else who are not familiar or who are not allowed will not be allowed to enter the building. Similarly, when you are creating an instance, EC2 instance, a server, you want to fence that server with a firewall such that no unauthorized access will be given, or somebody coming with some application, some connection will be disallowed, or with a particular device they are coming. Say some devices might be blacklisted, some might be whitelisted. I will allow the whitelisted one, or I will disallow the blacklisted one, all the IP addresses or the devices. But anyway, what I'm saying is I'm going to create the security group, which is a resource over AWS, as well as after that, I'm going to create one instance. Right now, there are no instances. Okay. And there I have already created one key pair. See, once you wanted to, this is only the manual activity that I have done. I could have also created a key pair through the Terraform script, but I'm not going to that complexity or that details. So I have manually created a key pair. I have named it as DevOps Internship. This is the key pair. It is an RSA protected. RSA is a type of algorithm, protection algorithm, the hashing of the fingerprint. So a fingerprint is needed because you will not be allowed to access the EC2 instance created over a cloud without matching your fingerprint. So there will be a handshaking. How? the handshaking happens over the fingerprint. So there is a fingerprint that will be built with the EC2 instance, and from outside that fingerprint will be. So if you can produce that fingerprint, that you can produce a proof that that is your fingerprint, then you will be allowed to access the EC2 instance. Is that use case fine? Any questions? That I am going to create two resources. First, the security group, and then I will create the EC2 instance using that security group and using that key pair. Any doubts? But I will do it from outside. I will not do anything manually. That is called automation. And you know, you are in demand in this market. Why? Because you know how to automate things. Automation will save a lot of money, because see, every company, why they are laying off people? Because people is becoming a liability. If they cannot justify some profit or revenue, they cannot earn a revenue for the company. What the company will do in the days of hardship, the company will pick you up and find out that, okay, your performance, or you are not delivering any revenue to the company. Okay, so you are either put into the bench or you will be laid off. That is the sad part, but that is the reality. So what you do is you have to package your knowledge. Only having knowledge is not enough. You have to apply your knowledge. You have to apply your knowledge in a very smart way. For that, what you need to do is you have to think where you can save some money for the company. If you can think that way, that is the innovation. What you do, you try to automate the things. Automation will save a lot of time. And when you save a lot of time in processing, then what will happen is you are saving money for the company. And if you save a money for the company says that he is giving me a return of investment. So you are a good investment. Okay. Anyway, besides that point, we will see the technology, that how do you automate using a CI/CD pipeline like GitLab. So right now I will go. So this is more or less the summary of what we were learning the other session. I will go to my project. This is my GitLab interface, the front end, the GitLab, instance. First of all, today I will go complete the Terraform project. I will click on this project. This project was built the previous weekend. Those who have joined or those who have attended that session will be knowing, or those who have gone through the recording will know. I have discussed thoroughly all the Terraform scripts. What is the provider? I'm not going to repeat that, because that is no point. You will have the recording and you can also see all these things. So this is one of the Terraform files, which is a configuration file, which will decide on the backend HTTP, that is the state. And it will also provide the plugins for AWS, because you see, Terraform is using to access, Terraform is going to create resources on the AWS. So it needs, because it's a third-party tool from outside. So it will need some AWS plugins from this HashiCorp. HashiCorp is a Terraform company, the company who has created Terraform. So HashiCorp is providing the plugins for the particular cloud provider, and the cloud provider that we are using is AWS. Okay, so version 5 or more than 5. And we are creating the state in the backend. Backend means it is backend HTTP. So we are keeping it somewhere. The GitLab knows where you are going to keep that. And we are creating this in the AP South 1. AP South 1 is the Mumbai region. Any doubts? And another thing is, we are creating another script, that is the main script, where we are creating various resources. Sorry. We are not only creating, I didn't discuss, right? I only said that we will create the security group. We will create the EC2 instance. using that security group and the key pair. Another resource we are going to create is the AWS bucket, S3 bucket. Now I will go to S3 to find out whether there is any bucket which is there. And I go to the S3 service to find out what is there. I do not see any buckets. If I go expand it, you see in the buckets, basically there are no buckets. Right now, I will create a bucket with the permissions, with the properties, all in one. So there I will go. You will see I'm using the editor of GitLab. These things we have already discussed. I'm not going to discuss again. So these are the resources. What are the resources? We are going to create an AWS S3 bucket with this particular name. This is the bucket name. Okay. And we are going to enable the bucket versioning. We are enabling. These are all Terraform scripts. We are also going to create the bucket ownership. And we had created a bucket ownership of bucket owner preferred because what I'm trying to do, I'm giving an access to this bucket to the outer world or maybe to my team. For that, I need to specify who is the bucket owner. And if that is the bucket owner, I'm the bucket owner and I am making all the public access. Otherwise, by default, the public access to any bucket is a very secret item object within AWS. It is very secured, not secret, very secured item object. So it will not allow initially anyone to access from outside other than the bucket owner. But here the bucket owner is saying that I want to allow the public access. So the public access block, which was blocked, I'm now taking out that block. There are 4 properties or 4 access level, which I am taking out. And finally, I am giving access control list. These are we will deal with in details when we learn in our main course. There are lots of things to learn. I'm just showing you the power of Terraform over GitLab. And I'm giving a public read-write access to my bucket. This is called access control list. Okay. Now, as I told you, we are also going to create the AWS security group. Any resource of AWS will start with the word called AWS. I'm going to give a name as internship SG, which is a security group, and I'm giving ingress. Ingress means inbound, and outgress or outbound, egress. So what are the rules for incoming traffic? I am allowing only HTTP traffic over the port 80 with the protocol TCP. And also I am allowing the SSH traffic. SSH is the connectivity open SSH protocol. Okay. And using the TCP IP protocol, having 22 as the port. And what is this? This is the CIDR. The CIDR is your whatever IP addresses that you have a range of IP addresses. Generally, if for a 64-bit addressing, can anybody tell me what is the IP address schema? Is it IPv4 or IPv6?
IPv4. IPv4.
IPv4 or IPv6 if it's a 64-bit addressing schema.
It is IPv6.
It will be IPv6. And for a 32-bit addressing schema, it will be your
IPv4.
2 to the power to the power of 32 minus 1. This number of devices can be connected over one range. If so, I am using an IPv4 addressing schema. Okay, but I am not disallowing any device. I'm allowing any device coming from outside will be able to connect to my instance. That is the inbound rule, and I'm giving /0. /0 means 2 to the power of raised to the power of 32. This number of machines or device can connect to my instance. Here also in the egress, I'm saying whatever comes in, I'm not prohibiting anything going out. So any traffic going out, so from port, any port using any protocol -1 means any protocol. I'm not specifying any protocol, and I'm using 2 port, and I am similarly not restricting any device, any number of device as well. So after this security group has been created, I am creating the main instance, the AWS instance. Oh, sorry. I'm not saving it because I have already saved it. I've not changed anything. A resource will always be created. A resource like AWS instance will be created with an operating system, with an AMI. AMI is the Amazon machine image. All these things have been discussed in our AWS session of internship. The key name is the key pair. Did I not show you that it is DevOps dash internship? EC2. And the key pair the key pair, you see, I am going to use this key pair to connect to my instance from outside. So this is the fingerprint. So did I not mention? Sorry. Did I not mention it is DevOps internship? You see, it is DevOps internship. Exactly, it has to match by the name as well as by the fingerprint. Only the name matching will not do. The internal that is what is the content of this file or this key pair has to also match, which is nothing but a RSA encrypted key pair fingerprint. The instance type, I want like to make it T2 micro. Now these are the 5 mandatory options, mandatory arguments for this resource AMI. I have to see, can you use a laptop without Windows or without any operating system like Mac or Linux? Otherwise, it's a dumb box. You cannot use it. Similarly, if I'm creating a server, it is a dumb box unless and until I install a operating system. Operating system will help operate the devices, the hardware, and the software and everything. Similarly, the key name is for your fingerprint. This is must. Mandatory. Instance type, I have to mention what is the size of the machine, whether it's a big machine or a small machine. I'm using a T2 micro.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. Just have a question here. For the AMI ID which we have pasted here, we need to look for that AMI ID manually on the Amazon portal, right? While like
no, there is you can search the Google, okay, and you have to know that it must belong to your region, because see, operating systems, the image IDs will vary from region to region. Even if it is, let's say it is Ubuntu 22.04 or 24.04. Okay, the version, the Ubuntu, all the same, but the AMI ID, the ID will vary. So now where I'm going to create this, which region? I'm going to create this in my Mumbai region, right? The instance. So my AMI ID, sorry, again, did a mistake. So my AMI ID should also be from that particular region, that is Mumbai region. And there is a way to look for that AMI ID. Yeah, I can directly go. Very good question you have said, you have asked. Thank you. So I will go to the instances. If I want to pick up an AMI ID, I will just manually go there. I will not create any instance, but I'll just, for the sake of finding out the application or the AMI ID. Very good question. So I will click on, let's say I am using Ubuntu. I'm going to use Ubuntu 24.04 LTS long-term support. Okay, now here I will get the AMI ID. So I will pick that, copy that, Control C, and I will, I will come and paste it over here. Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to install or attach an operating system called Ubuntu 24.04. So Ubuntu, for each 2 years, there is a stable version, LTS. Okay, like when is the next version going to be available? And what was the previous version of Ubuntu? Can anybody tell me? Every 2 years it changes. That is the basic policy of Ubuntu. So this 2 years, nothing will change. There will be, yeah, of course, there will be patches and this and that, but generally the version will not change. So 2 years, it is fine. So what will be the next version and what was the previous version?
22.26.
So it will be 26. Generally, it is released in the month of April. It depends on which month it is released. So if it is April, it will be 04. The previous version, can anybody tell me? The previous version was 22.04. It was released in the month of April 2022.
Same, it was 2304.
No, 2204. And yeah, very good question. If it was 20, yeah, 23 will be the beta version. 2304 is not a very stable version. So if you see 22.04 and 23.04, though it is a higher version, which one will you install? Which one will you go for? Do not go for 23.04. Go for 22.04. Because there is no support for this, because it is understood that if you face any issues, that there is some library missing or there is some problem with some binary, something, there will be no support from Ubuntu. Okay, we are not discussing Linux over here. But remember, you always go for the even numbers, 24, 04 or 06, whatever, whichever month. Then so the next version will be 25 point something, but don't go for it. If you have 24.04, go for it. In the year of 2025, you will still work with 24.04. My suggestion. When it comes to 26th year, 2026, you go for whatever. You go for 26. Don't go for 25. Don't go for 23. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now, I hope you have cracked that, you have understood. Basically, maybe these syntaxes are not, you have to learn this syntax, or why we are doing, what is this tag? What is this? So basically, I'm saying that I'm going to give a name to that instance, as you will see that this instance with this name will be created. Internship EC2 instance. See, there is a difference between this is with capital. Everywhere you will use small letters, but only this exception, because that is a tag name. N will be capital. Anyway, I will stop the discussion over here. Now, I will come back. To my code, and I will go to my repository, leave the page, because I have not done any change. I was just showing you what are the Terraform scripts. This is the heart of GitLab. GitLab, like Jenkins, is a CI/CD pipeline tool. Okay, but Jenkins is only a CI/CD pipeline tool, whereas GitLab is more than pipeline. We have discussed that yesterday, so please forgive me. You can go through that recording again. You will understand. I will not go through the details, but yes, I will open this. And I was stuck. Not stuck. I was explaining. I could not complete that whole discussion that day. What we will do, we were discussing the variables. I've already discussed it. Now there are stages. If I could draw something like this, sorry. This was my morning class. So let me draw something. Let's say this is a pipeline. This is a pipeline, okay? This is a developer. Very happy. They have put something, all this code into the GitLab repository. So this is the GitLab repository. GitLab repo. This is the GitLab repo and repository where developer has put in all the source code, all the changes, like maybe Java program or something or whatever it is. And once this code is over here and I have created this entire, this is the pipeline script. What I see, this pipeline script is entirely a shell script. I have not used any Python. I could have used Python script. I could have used Gradle. So many other things can be there. Sorry, Groovy. I could have used Groovy scripts. But my simplest thing, see, I will not like to make my life complicated. If I know something, I know shell. So I will use shell. If I am very good in Python scripting, I will use Python scripting. Doesn't matter. So I have created a pipeline. Now this is the pipeline. This could be parallel pipelines. I'm dealing with a one pipeline. Okay. So one single linear pipeline. Linear means I will not go for these are the jobs. And these are the stages. So I say stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and maybe this is the final stage. Final stage. So when I have compiled everything, the source code, I have containerized. Basically, you have to do a containerization. Now that is a topic that we are going to deal with in Docker. We are going to do containerization. So your entire code, the developer has put in the code. The code will be put as an image inside a container. So let's say this is a container and you have put in that image of the application code inside the container. Once you have done that, that means this is a runnable object. Runnable object. So you can run your container. The container is containing microservice. There can be lots of containers. But anyway, I'm saying that you have put in your application into an image, build that as an image and put that into a container which can be run. And now this container will have, so this is one job in the first stage. Let's say I'm making this as Terraform validate, a validate stage. And this one is a planning stage, a plan stage, Terraform plan. This one is your apply stage, that you apply the Terraform script, apply. And then this one, the final one is the destroy. You want to delete all the resources that you have created, if you are allowed. So what happens when we run this? This is a pipeline. This is a forward moving pipeline, sequential pipeline. Can you see? Forward moving. So what if I automate this entire pipeline, then automatically the first job will be picked up with the completion, a successfully completion of the first job, because this job will depend on this. Unless and until this is completed, it will not start this. So this will depend on this. So this will complete after 1, 2 will be started, completed. After 2, 3 will be started and completed. Right now, in my thing, I am doing a manual. Then we will do it totally automated. Manual means I want to have a full control. I don't want to start it automatically. I want to check. I want to basically ensure, because I'm going to test. If I'm going to test, I should ensure that each of these jobs run correctly. So what I did, I put in manual thing. So when it starts, it goes manual. So it will wait for my intervention. So can I say this is automation? Yeah, you have done everything for automation, but you are not running the jobs in a automated mode. It is manual. And of course, the destroy should be manual. We should not automatically destroy. Okay. We will destroy it only when there is an approval process. That, okay, I have tested the entire pipeline is working perfectly well. Automatically it is working. So I have tested it, and therefore with the approval, management approval, I will then destroy it. So these 3 jobs I will automate, and this one will still be kept manual. But initially I will keep everything manual. Let's see. Any questions you have? Please let me know.
Sir, can you explain the role for the destroy?
Role for the destroy is Terraform destroy. I would like, see, I have created resources over the AWS. Now those resources are costly resources. You know, on a cloud, whatever you do, if you have created any resource, or if you are using any resource, everything that you use, you have to pay for it, for the service, right? Do you agree?
Right.
So if you are not using it, if you are not, your work is done, your experiments, your your proof of concept is done. So will you like to still keep the resources created and to be charged for billing?
No.
No. So in those cases where you are happy with your testing, you are happy with this, and you want to destroy whatever you have done, you can destroy it manually if you know how to do it. But why to do all these things? I will discard manual thing altogether from my life. The more and more I can automate things, the more and more I will, my stature in the company will grow. I will get more salary. My job is secured, because they will pick me as one guy who has innovative brain. It is not, I'm not saying that it is good to automate everything. No, it cannot. Something must be manual. Of course, something should be under your control. But say 95% of the things should be automated if it can. Even if you can do 100% automation, don't do it. There is a nice book on which other things, and you have to study a lot. I mean, you have to know which things I will not automate, because when you analyze what is the time output or how much time did you spend on your time you have given to automate that process, whether how much time you are saving. Let's say when you do it manually, what is the time you are taking, and when you automate, whether it has reduced the time considerably. If that is there is a significant improvement in the process, then only you select it for automation. If there is no significant improvement, please keep it manual. Manual has its value. Anyway, that's a different discussion. You tell me, out of this, can I use the pipeline? That is the purpose of writing the script. This script is going to help me to do this. I mean, to create a pipeline and use the jobs. Here it is, of course, we are using Terraform jobs. These are not Java jobs, nor Python jobs, nor PHP jobs. Yeah, we can do that. But for the demo purpose, I have picked up Terraform, because Terraform is a DevOps tool and I can do a lot of activity, a lot of jobs, and Terraform jobs are very important in the automation pipeline. So I have picked up Terraform's jobs that will be run in stages, one after the other. And finally, I will destroy it. So can if there is no question, can we proceed with the demo?
Yeah. So in our case, destroy basically means the EC2 instance which we are going to create, we are destroying it later.
Not only EC2 instance, if I have created the SG, the security group, don't you think that?
Right, and S3 bucket and everything.
Yes, yeah, S3 bucket, very good. So that means there is a state. As I told you, I have created a state, Terraform state, whatever the desired state that I have created, that desired state, I'm hiding it from somebody can tamper with that. If I allow someone to tamper with that by mistake, but mistake is also something which needs which you have to make it a zero tolerance. There should be no mistake. So you have hidden that into you have given it to GitLab, and GitLab is hiding that state for you. I will show you the state will be created. That state will contain what are the resources that you have created or changed or removed. All the history of whatever the actions that you have taken with Terraform scripts will be maintained in a Terraform state file, giving you the desired state of the resources. Okay, so those are the those are the things that we are going to remove. So I will just delete this because I think you have got this.
Yeah, Devashish, will we destroy all the things after completion of the one task in real time?
In the real time, you are asking?
Yes, yes.
It depends. So if you are doing it in testing, of course, your operations manager will tell you that, okay, Devashish, you have done a nice job. Thank you very much. Your POC has been accepted. Okay. And now we will move on into pre-production or production. So please remove the destroy part. You have deployed some resources. Will you like to get it destroyed? No, not at all. This is just an ad hoc step. Such that
not required in real time.
In testing. Not required in testing, not required in pre-production. So you have to remove those.
Okay.
And sometimes you forget to remove the resources. Then that is a dual problem for the company. The company does not want that script of destroy to be there in the production script. In the production, it does not go. And also, you should not keep the resources open because it will be charged. So therefore, it depends on your design. Generally, I will keep a destroy in the testing domain only, not anywhere else, in the development and in the testing. Did I answer your question?
Yes, yes, very much.
Yeah. So I have cleared the screen. Let me. So these are the stages. I'm declaring with this clause or the keyword stages. These are all. This is a YAML file. You know YAML. We will learn all these things in our details. Each and every aspect of what we are discussing will be discussed in details in our original class. But you just remember, this is a JSON file. It's in a JSON format in a YAML file. So this is the key. And what are these? These are multiple values. So you give a dash. So key value pair, it's a JSON, JavaScript object notation. Okay. Anyway, we have 4 stages: validate, plan, apply, and destroy. What is this image? Did I install Terraform anywhere? No, I did not install. That is the beauty of GitLab, that without installing anything, did I install GitLab? No. I have created an account on GitLab. That's all. I have started creating a project. GitLab has given me a server that is called a GitLab instance for me to work on it. And not a single rupee or a single cent has been charged. I am doing it for free. Can you believe the facility given by this thing? So I also Terraform, I'm going to use the Terraform commands like Terraform version, Terraform init, Terraform validate. Okay, but where is Terraform? Did I install Terraform at all? Because I do not have any server. GitLab has given me an instance, a space, an instance to work with my project. Nothing. I have not invested any single rupee on working on my project. I have started just I have been given allowed to go ahead. So this Terraform is an image. This image I am getting from where? I am getting from HashiCorp. And where is this HashiCorp account? Can anybody tell me? Where is this image stored? Yeah, of course, this is the account. HashiCorp is the company who has created an account. Where? Where do you store your source code? Anybody?
It is
Source code.
HashiCorp Cloud.
HashiCorp Cloud.
Cloud.
No, yeah, but there is a particular repository. It is called registry. What is that registry? Can you name, like you put your source code in where? In GitLab repository or in GitHub repository or in Bitbucket, isn't it? Your Java code, your Python code, or your C++ code. You store it where? In your GitHub. So that is called a version control software. Where do you store your images? So HashiCorp is a company who has kept that AMI, or not Amazon machine image, and some image. That is an image, that application, Terraform application. Where did it keep? So where is GitLab getting this image from? Pulling that image from? GitLab has to get that image. That by mentioning that image, name of that image is HashiCorp/Terraform. This is not the image. This is the account. But this account is created where?
In AWS.
No, not AWS. AWS, you can say it is S3 bucket. No, not in AWS S3 bucket. You can store images, but this image is a particular image, containerized image. So I'm giving hints. You tell me. So immediately,
Docker
whenever. Sorry?
Docker or Kubernetes?
Docker Hub, did you say?
Kubernetes.
No, you said Docker Hub?
Yes.
Yeah, that is the answer. So remember, your repository. Okay, Another question, because you may have some development background. So where are all the build codes stored? Let's say you are trying to build some Java application or Spring Boot application or any application, you name it, some Python application. What is the repository where you will get each and every build codes? It is called Maven repository. So each of this repository has its own purpose and meaning and utility, right? So any image, containerized image, if you want to store it, you have to do it on the Docker Hub. GitLab has its own image registry. That is also a beauty, but that is a scope out of scope for my discussion. That is a beautiful part. See, when you are going out of GitLab and going to Docker Hub in an internet, there is some latency. You know what is latency? There will be some time taken. You have to wade your path through the internet and reach the destination where you are reaching the Docker Hub. It will take some time. But if you had stored the Terraform or any image, the containerized image, you will containerize it with help of Docker, but you are keeping it where? In the GitLab itself. Then your latency is almost zero. Don't you think? That is the beauty. Yeah.
Sir, Maven is tool or repository?
Maven repository is a repository. Maven is also a tool. So whenever you are building any Java application, you will use Maven package, Maven clean, Maven, these are Maven commands. So you have to install Maven and Maven will do all the building part. See, in a Java application, you will have hundreds of files, all Java. But then you have to compile all these things into one jar file. Who will do it for you? You can use Java compiler. Yeah, you can use Java compiler and make it. But then Java compiler and everything will be there inbuilt within Maven. So Maven will help you to build a tool like build your Java code or the source codes within no time. Very fast. It will take all the dependencies, all the libraries, whatever it accounts to create a jar file or a war file will be used through Maven. So we'll come to that discussion, not here. Let us complete this because I think I will not be able to. Okay, at least I should complete the Terraform today. Okay, so this image will be picked up by GitLab. It will go to Docker Hub, fetch the Terraform image, which is of light version. It is not the full version of Terraform, but it's okay. I am not doing a lot of modules. If you are using latest things in your code, then you would have thought of giving the latest version, Terraform 8. But no, I am fine with light because I have very minimal Terraform commands. So HashiCorp from the Docker Hub, I'm getting this Terraform. What is the purpose of doing this? Entry point in nothing. I am not executing any commands within the Terraform. So Terraform is there. Docker within Docker, Docker in Docker, DIND. See who is running that. See, any pipeline is run by a GitLab runner. Runner with the help of runner, GitLab runner, and I have attached one runner. I will show you for this project. So that runner will be invoked whenever you try to execute the pipeline. Clear? And that runner is also built with Docker because runner is basically everything that you put inside the pipeline is an image. This is not the raw files that you have in the version control. So those images will be a Dockerized image or containerized image. Okay, so the runner will run the Docker And the Docker in turn will, this is also an image. So Docker will run this image as well as a container. So Docker in Docker. This is the part and the beauty of GitLab, that you have everything built for you. You do not need to install anything. You do not need to worry. Just you have to find out what is the particular image that I need. In this case, I am not using anything other than Terraform. So Terraform. So I only need one image, Terraform. Docker is already there because this everything will be executed through the GitLab runner, which is running on Docker. So Docker in Docker. Terraform. Now I will do a before script. What is before script? And the idea is that before you run the script within a job, you are setting up the environment for the script. See, within the script, within this job, the first thing is the validate job. What is the stage? The stage is the validate. So the first stage is invoking the first job. What is the name of the job? Validate dash job. And what is the script within the job? It is executing Terraform validate. So whatever scripts are there, Terraform scripts, where in the TFDIR. What is TFDIR? It is an environment variable that you have set. And TFDIR is nothing but it is pointing to the Terraform folder. And what is the Terraform folder? It is there under the CI project dir. And within the Terraform folder, what are the files? Just now I have told there are two files. One file is the main.tf and the other one is provider.tf. Those are Terraform configuration files. So basically, when I am saying Terraform validate, I am checking the syntax and the correctness of all those Terraform scripts. Is that clear? But so before script is, before I do the main thing, I have to set up my backend configuration for the, what is that? For my backend state. As I told you that it is an HTTP one. So that is where I have given the address. So it will, the address is somewhere in the gitlab.com. So GitLab is storing, securing my Terraform state file. Just remember the name of the Terraform state file. What is the name? DevOps Internship Terraform state. I will tell you that once you have executed the plan, immediately your Terraform state file will be created. Where it is created? It will be created under operate. Can you see under operate? You can see the Terraform state. But one more thing, you are a developer. Will you be able to see all these states? All this state of Terraform? Just a very simple question. You are a developer or you are a DevOps engineer. Basically, if you are a DevOps engineer, you are also an admin. So you are you able to see the Terraform state? Or a developer can see the Terraform state, or a tester can see a Terraform state. Nobody else other than the admin can see this, because when somebody logs in with a role, logs into the project with the role of developer, I will not give him access to from here. I will tell you. I will not give him access up to the build. I will give him the access as a developer, so he can access the build and the code. But from secure, deploy, operate, monitor, analyze, and settings, these are my area of work. Secure, from security, deploy. So why should a developer tamper with the security, or how? Why? Because you cannot trust anyone. As an admin, I will ensure that nobody gets an access to all these options. And because I am an admin, I am the owner of this project. As a DevOps engineer, I will, of course, see the Terraform state, because I am more concerned whether the Terraform state is secured. Anyway, so with the help of Terraform init, so who is executing this Terraform init? The image, the Terraform image. Anyway, so that is configured. And validate job, it is running a Terraform script called a Terraform command called Terraform validate. This is a Terraform CLI command. And when it is manual, I'm saying it is manual. I don't want to start the pipeline automate. The pipeline should not be run automatically at this stage because I want to check if everything is working fine. Then I will do it. Okay. So everything like the plan stage, having a plan job, which is I'm executing a command. See, this is a shell command. Shell command means this is the way you will run it on your Linux. When you have installed Terraform on the Linux. Here I have not installed. I am using the image. Okay. So Terraform plan, it is working on the plan. Whatever the scripts you have written, it is trying to find out what are the resources and what is the plan, how many resources you are going to create. So this has a dependency on the validate job. So unless and until the validate job is completed 100%, it will not start the plan job. So there is a dependency I have created. And also this one will be manual. And similarly, apply job, it is in the stage apply. It will say Terraform apply auto approve. Auto approve because I don't want to get interrupted. Otherwise, apply will ask you whether you want to proceed, whether you want to apply all these planned resources. In an automation, you should not be interrupted. Please remember. So I have given auto approve. So you apply the plan, the blueprint, and do according to that desired state. You will create all those resources. But there is also a dependency that it will depend on the successful completion of the plan job. If the plan job does not complete, it should not start apply job. And finally, the destroy job. Destroy job is to Terraform destroy auto approve. Also, I will not be stopped. So can I execute this pipeline? I have my Terraform scripts in place. I have my pipeline. So can we start? I have not done any changes. Okay. Let's say I have given some space and now I would like to give a commit. This is like a git command. You made a change. You want to put that into the repository and you are updating. You are giving some commit message. I think. So commit the changes. Once you have committed the change, you see you have built a pipeline by this number. First of all, it check the pipeline syntax. Pipeline syntax is correct. And can you see that there is a pipeline? Validate, plan, apply, and destroy. But everyone, it is waiting because you have given everywhere, you have given when manual. So let me go and view the pipeline. You can go from here or you could have gone from there, from the build. From the build also you could have gone. I will click on the pipelines. Same thing. See, my pipeline is skipped right now. The status is skipped. And the last commit was this update dot whatever that CI pipeline YAML file. And this is created by me, Devashish. Okay. And these are the various stages. But is it running? Can anybody tell me whether the pipeline is running automatically? No, it was not supposed to run automatically. What I will do, I will click on this status. Can you see there is a pipeline? These are the various stages: validate, plan, apply, destroy. Okay. validate, plan, apply, and destroy. Can I run it? I will just click on this. I want to run the validate job first manually. I'm doing it manually because I have given when manual. I will run the job. You see, it is running the GitLab runner, the runner that I have attached with my project. I registered my project with that runner. So that is running. So it is invoking a Docker, you see, a Docker machine, which is an executor of the pipeline job. So can you see that the validate job has been correctly run? So it has initialized the backend. It has created the provider plugins and whatever. All these things in details I will tell you in my class. So validate job has run successfully. I will go back to my pipeline. So there are no syntax errors in my scripts, Terraform scripts. Now you see this is right. I will now manually click on this plan job. I want to plan my job. What are the resources that I'm going to create? I will say manually run job. In the meantime, I will check my operate and I will go to Terraform states. It has created because you are running the planning stage, the plan stage. Okay, so it has immediately created your, this is somewhere nobody can access this state file. Are you getting me? This is hidden somewhere in the backend, in the HTTP. So I will again go to my build. I will go to the pipelines. I will check whether my plan job is correct, is completed. You see the plan job has successfully completed. Then if you want to check the log, it is opening the log. And you will see that there are 7 resources to be added along with the S3 bucket. With all the resources, 7 resources are going to be created. So the job succeeded. I will come back to my pipeline. See, it is still in the planning stage. Right now, I will apply it. Now is the time for creating the resources based on the state file. It is running the GitLab runner. It is using the Docker machine or the Docker server or the Docker, Docker engine. It is executing the job. It is also executing the Terraform. Terraform is also an image, so it is containerizing it. It is putting that image into a container and running the container, such that in turn that Terraform will be able to execute the Terraform jobs or the scripts. Okay, so can you see that there are buckets getting created? Bucket ACL is getting created. You can see what are there are 7 to add. That was the plan. And you are seeing that there are 7 resources that are going to create. It is creating the security group, S3 bucket. Then the public access block, that is also a resource. Ownership control, that is also a resource. Versioning is also a resource. And all those things. So finally, it is creating that AWS instance. Can you see that internship EC2 instance? It will take some time. It took 30 seconds, 36 seconds to be precise, to create that ID. So it has succeeded. I will go to my pipeline. And see, up to this has been done. So if it has applied the resources, so let me go back to my instance. Do you see that there was an instance created? Earlier, there was no instance. So right now it has created internship EC2 instance. It is a running state. And also it has created a security group, internship SG. And it has used a key pair called DevOps Internship. So everything is according to your design, what you have given. And also it has created T2 micro. Okay, so one thing, what about the security group? So let me go to the security group. Loading the security groups. Do you see that there is an internship SG? A security group has been created. And there were two inbound rules, isn't it? So you go to edit the inbound rules. You see SSH and HTTP. So these were the two inbound rules. You did not restrict any IP address. So whatever you have done, so did it create using Terraform over the GitLab pipeline? Another thing was the S3, wasn't it? So the S3. Go to the S3. Do you see that earlier there was no S3 bucket? Now your S3 bucket has been created. Let me, that was the name. Let me click on this. There are no objects loaded. That's fine. I have not created any objects within that bucket. You go to the properties. Can you see the bucket versioning was enabled? By default, it is disabled by default, but now it is enabled. Now you can go to the permissions. There are a few things that you have also changed. You have taken out the block for the public access. So the bucket is now publicly available because you have made all this block, all these 4 properties, you have made it off, false. That you have done. Also, you have said the object ownership is bucket owner preferred. Also, you have said the access control list is that you have given public access of read write, list and write. Though it's a warning, you should not do it because bucket should not be allowed to be accessed from outside. But that is the power I'm demonstrating. Now you are very happy, and also I can access, sorry. EC2. So this EC2 instance. You see, this will have a public IP address. I am going to access the public IP address, copied the public IP address, and I will go to my putty to access it. So I'm basically, sorry. I will replace this with this. I will open it. Do you see I can log in from outside? 172.31.41.106. What is this? This is the private IP address. So you see 172.31.41.106. So from outside, I was able to match my fingerprint and I have logged into Ubuntu. The username is Ubuntu. Any doubts? So if you are happy that you have done a lot of good work, now it's the time for you to destroy it, isn't it? So you have taken a management permission approval that, okay, everything is working fine, and that is the testing has passed. My pipeline is working fine, and I would like to destroy the job because I don't want them to be open and getting used. So I am running the destroy job now. So it is accessing my state file and using what are the resources that has been desired, and that is going to destroy, that is going to be destroyed. Am I still being audible? And
Yes,
the
Yes,
screen
sir.
would be visible. Okay, great. Now it is destroying it. It will take a bit of. It is too hot inside. You see, it is destroying all the resources it has created. It is still destroying. So the last thing it is destroying is the EC2 instance. It will take a bit of time. Yeah, done. So the destroy complete. How many resources did it destroy? It has destroyed exactly the 7 resources, because 7 resources were created and that is available as a desired state in the state file. So you go to the pipeline and you will see the pipeline has destroyed. The pipeline has been completed. So all 4 jobs have been completed. Now I have to verify. I will go there and I will refresh it. Will you see it? No, it's terminated. See, I have not done anything manually. Did I do? And what about the security group? Let me go and check. Will it get dropped? Yes. Can you see the security group by the name internship_SG? No. Let me go to the S3. Will you find the S3 bucket? Yes or no? No. There are no buckets right now. All the resources, even if you have created network resources, all these things will be deleted. Because to delete a network resource manually, because network resources have a lot of interdependencies, it is better to destroy through Terraform. Terraform is a master in doing all these things. You do not do it manually. Sometimes you will not be able to do it. So right now, the last thing that I need to do is I have not yet, see, this is not responding because the power has been made off. Your instance has been destroyed. Anyway, close it. Now, the last thing that I am concerned is I will do one thing. I will go to the pipeline. This is still a manual thing, right? Though the pipeline was there in place, but you run it manually. So what I will do, where will I change? In the code, in the repository, in my pipeline script. I will change in my pipeline script. Can anybody suggest me what do I need to take out?
Manual to automatic, maybe?
Yes, yes, very good. Thank you.
Except to
See,
destroy.
hello?
Except to destroy, we need to do the automatic.
Yes. So I will, there is nothing called automatic. So what I will do is I will take out, I will create a comment entry like this. Okay. So it is basically saying it is not manual. It is automatic. Apply also I will make it automatic, but destroy I will not make it automatic. Why? Because you have created, but you did not get any time to verify whether it's have been created. You have destroyed it. So destroy should be manual. I will not. So anything that I have updated or committed on the GitLab repository itself, then it will be triggering the pipeline automatically. Think that the developer has put something into the pipeline. My pipeline should be that much smart to immediately start working. It will trigger the pipeline immediately once the developer puts in something into the repository. That should be the design. See, I have made some changes in my repository. So the pipeline will be automatically triggered once I commit my changes. You will see. You see the pipeline has checked the syntax correct and it has started triggering the pipeline. Did you see? It has started running. Did I run it manually? You go to view the pipeline. That is the beauty. You see, it is running. The validate job. I will go and click on this to check the log. The job succeeded. The job of Terraform initialization and the validate has succeeded. So I will go to the pipeline again. Did you see that the next stage has started running automatically? This one started running. Did I run it manually? No. Let me be here. I will see the transition. Here it is. It has not yet executed because it is running. There is a dependency. This will not run unless and until this has completed successfully. You see, it has completed successfully. Immediately it has started running. But tell me whether this will run automatically. Destroy job?
No, it won't.
No, it won't. Apply will take a bit of time because it is creating the resources physically. Yeah, it has completed. Completed. Fantastic. But it is not invoking the destroy job automatically. See, it is waiting for some manual execution. Yes, that is fine. So it has passed. Let me check and verify whether the resources are created. Let me go to my EC2 instance, or I am in the bucket. Okay, so let me go to the buckets. You see that bucket has been created with the property as versioning enabled, and the permissions as the block is off, and you are allowing the public access. You are object ownership is bucket owner preferred. Access control list is publicly. You have given a right to read and write on the bucket. Let me check what happened on the EC2 front. See, the instance has been created. This one terminated. See, this will take almost like 2 hours to at least vanish from your queue. But actually, this is no longer existing. It is terminated. But you have created one more instance with the same name and it is running. And similarly, you can also log into this. The public IP address has changed. Don't worry. I will just use that IP address to connect to it over SSH. And my rule says, the inbound rule says, I can connect over SSH. So I was able to connect. Now it is 46208. 46208. So that is the machine. Another one, the security group. Yes. You see, you have created the internship security group and the description was managed by Terraform. That was the description. Default description. Because I have not given any description. So is this concept clear? Finally, I am happy with this. So I will go and destroy this. No need to keep it open. Next weekend, we are going to, first of all, execute this pipeline, create my resources using Terraform. Then we will shift over to Ansible. Now you have a server. Now your job is to install some software over it, but from outside using Ansible. That will complete our entire learning of GitLab, Terraform, and Ansible. I had a plan to start that Ansible portion today, but anyway, it would have skipped to the next weekend. So better, I will use one session, full session for GitLab, Ansible. So I will execute that project. Is that fine? I will destroy it and keep it like that. This process would have been faster if my Terraform and all these things was not getting accessed from the Docker Hub. If it was created in the registry, the GitLab registry itself, there is a way you can put your images, Docker images in your GitLab registry. GitLab is like a departmental store. It will have everything under one roof. So many, it can act as a Jira tool. It can act as a Jenkins GitLab pipeline, CI/CD pipeline. It can act as a SonarQube code validator. It can work as a monitoring tool like your Prometheus or Nagios. It can work as your repository, like you do not need GitHub anymore. It will act as a repository. So many things included into GitLab. Fantastic tool. So I will finally verify whether my resources have been dropped. I will refresh this. You will see that SG, the security group, has been taken out. You go to your instances, you will not find your instance at all. Both are, this is terminated. You go to your S3 bucket, you will not find your bucket anymore because it has been destroyed. Destroyed. So thank you, gentlemen and gentle ladies. I will end my discussion today over here, and I hope that it is not, I will not expect that you will know everything in one session, but at least you got that essence. What is the power? How do you do things? how will you integrate those tools into a pipeline and get your work done? Whether it is your Terraform scripts or your Java application or your Python application or a combination of your Terraform scripts, Ansible scripts, Python scripts, as well as your Java application, so many things, microservices, you put that everything, you plan it into your pipeline and you will get your job done. Ansible, on next weekend, we will see Ansible. With the help of Ansible, Ansible being a configuration management tool, you will see now your server has been created and you will install some software onto that software, but from outside. So that we will learn with Ansible. Ansible is an expert in configuration management, whereas Terraform is an expert in your provisioning for the provisioning part. Thank you. And I think it is too hot over here. You know, it's a very hot summer this year, and I was really struggling to complete the session. It's very hot. I was sweating profusely. But anyway, I was also excited because I was achieving some result out of the discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Devashish. Thanks a lot.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, thank you very much.
Now, before you closing, if you have any question, you can unmute yourself and you can ask the question. One more thing I would like to tell, our DevOps Central morning time or Indian evening batch is going to start from next Friday. That is a 6 weeks job ready training, and that is not a free training like this one. That is like a live project practice, daily 2.5 hours, and every day you will have a lab, and you will have a you will have a, that's called capstone project, a whole project that is actually a project of a Petco company that is based in US. So there, so you are not only learn the DevOps, you will have a 120 hours lab where you are going to implement everything by your own hands. So I think Mr. Devashish will start this next week, next Friday. The timing is morning US and evening in Indian, and in late afternoon in European Union time. So those students are willing to join for a paid training or job ready training. Feel free to join. That is like a 6 weeks class every day, Monday to Friday, 5 days in a week, daily.
Basically, it is a 75 hours.
Yes.
Where you will end up with Kubernetes, learning Kubernetes with lots of hands-on.
So it will start with Linux, AWS Cloud, Ansible, GitHub, Terraform, Git, and Docker and Kubernetes. So whole DevOps lifecycle. So that announcement is completed, and now if anyone has any question regarding DevOps internship, main course, or their job hurdle or job hunting, feel free to ask. We are happy to answer your question. I don't think anyone has any question for today. Then thank you for everyone to join this awesome classes, Mr. Devashish. Thank you, Mr. Devashish, for your wonderful session. And even we are learning every day from new things from you. And that is a great 2-hour session.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone. Have a great day.
Well.